What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Destiny Alexis, in my office. And today I wanted to talk to you guys just a little bit about where I've been at with it. Hopefully, this can encourage you on your journey. So, number one, if you guys don't know by now, we recently moved into our new home and I love it here. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys don't know, the last house that we lived in, it was beautiful, right? It was a new built home. We were the first to live in it, everything like that. And I thought I would love the experience. It wasn't the fact that the home was the issue. It was the fact that the environment wasn't as inspiring as I thought it would be. The environment was not close to what we're used to experiencing, meaning we like movement, we like interaction, we like to feel like our age. You know what I'm saying? It was a great experience. I will say I got closer to myself, and I actually grew up like that, living on the outskirts, living in a small town. You didn't need all the glitz and glam around you. You didn't need to have skyscrapers and, the things that I look at as inspiration now. I didn't think about that when I was younger because I was just growing up, right? There comes a level of peace with living like that, meaning you have a slower life. You live a slower life and you think more about, what can you do that is more intentional than just going out and seeing nice things or seeing big buildings and things like that. So for us, to a certain extent, it was a great experience, meaning we had to learn how to be more intentional as a family, create different experiences, and just get more in tune with who we are and who we were and who we're becoming. And so I'll say I'm so happy that we experienced that. But this new home, this new experience has just been such a blessing because it's exactly what we like. It's exactly who we are. It fits us perfectly. It just feels like God answered our prayers that we didn't even know how to put into words, actually. But being here has just put us at so much peace. And already, you can just see the excitement in our son and how we're out all the time and we go experience things as a family now, and we get out of the car. Actually, we don't drive around for 2 hours before we make it to our destination. We're where we want to be. We're experiencing things. We're trying new places. We're getting out. We're having that good family quality time that we've been missing for so long. But I say all of that to say, over the last few years, I have literally reflected over my life. And even recently, the last season that we were in has just made me realize all of the things about myself that God has been refining and God has been restoring, things that I didn't even know that I was holding on to. God had brought it to my attention, brought it to my attention, and he's actually helped me work through a lot of things that I didn't even know I was struggling with to this day. So I say all of that to say, stop trying to do things by yourself. Stop trying to think that you have all the plans and the answers for your life, because when I tell you, God will humble you every single time. There hasn't been a season in my life where I thought I wanted something and God told me no, that he didn't give me something better. I was asking my husband today in the car, I was like, we were applying for a house. We actually got the lease. We were going to sign the lease and everything, but it was such a hard thing for me, because my husband was like, I don't think this is the house for us. I don't think we're going to like this. There's just certain things that have been happening where, at one point we thought it was provision, but at the same time, it was it's confusion. It's kind of doesn't really feel right. It doesn't feel like it's meshing with us. And there was a certain point where I was like, but I really, really like this house. I really, really think that, this room would be great for me, and look at this room for Kyrie. And then you get the office and all of these things. And I was making all of these plans for this house. And the only thing that was stopping us from getting the house was us signing our name on the paper. Literally electronically signing our name was the only thing that was stopping us. But my husband sat down and had a conversation with me. He was like, look, I know you love this house, but trust me, when God says no to something, he has something even bigger and better for you. And at the time, I couldn't believe it because I was so stuck, so set on this particular house. When I tell you, I had it drawn up in Canva how I was going to decorate it, and the decorations were going to go here, and I love the kitchen, and I like how it's set up like this. I had all of the plans. But the craziest part is we decided not to sign the lease. And it was the best thing we could have ever done. It was the biggest blessing God has ever done for us, because not only was the situation confusing, but if we would have signed that, we were going to do a 17-month lease. And I'm so thankful that we didn't, because it just wasn't the ideal situation for us. And I know you're like, well, why didn't you just sign the lease? Why didn't y'all just go with the house? There was just so much confusion. It was just so much. And honestly, I just knew it would have been more of a headache to go with that property rather than the one that we're at now. But my husband was like, hey, you know, I saw these pictures online. I don't know if the house looks good, but do you want to go look at it? I'm like, oh my gosh, we've been on like this year-long hunt of trying to find the right house for us. We've been driving to this place all the time, spending hours out of our day trying to find the right house for us, going to view houses that looks dirty. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look like how it looked on the pictures. Like, so many things happen to bring us to this point now. And the craziest part is, we were looking on the rental apps and things like that. I was looking day and night. My husband had been looking day and night for months. And like I said, we viewed a lot of properties, but I didn't actually see this particular house. My husband found it on his app. He had a different app than I did. And he was like, let's just go try it. I don't know. Let's just go try it. He talked to the lady. It was a great conversation. We ended up coming to the house and it was her first day cleaning it. And when we walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this house feels like a home. This house is beautiful. I can see our family growing here, and I can see us growing. I can see how this would make us happy, and look at the yard, and look at this, look at the area, all of these things. And the craziest thing is I could have never seen it coming. The craziest thing is when we walked in here, I knew. It wasn't a question. It wasn't a, God, please give me this house. I really, really want this one, like I did before. It was like, God, you had this for us this whole time, and we've been spinning our wheels, going crazy left and right, spending hours on end, weeks and days at a time, trying to make a way that you already had made for us. And the craziest part is the house had just been listed that day. She was just coming to clean it. The landlord didn't even know that the last tenants had left. And the craziest thing is, when I'm in there and she's cleaning it, I just kept thanking her over and over and over again, because I felt like she was preparing it for us. And she'll never know. We went to go view plenty of houses, and the houses were just not taken care of. They had been sitting there for months. It just looked ridiculous. And you wouldn't think that. Like, you'll see the pictures online, you'll go in person, and it doesn't even look like the pictures. And I literally felt like the lady was cleaning and preparing the house for us. I just knew God had it for us. I knew that in my heart. And we applied that day, and literally like the next day we got approved. And we moved out 15 days early. We were already halfway packed. When I tell you guys, I had packed for months in advance. And I got discouraged when we were getting ready to sign the first lease for the other house and the other property. But my husband was like, I don't think this is right. I don't know. I just have a feeling it's not the one. I stopped packing. I was overwhelmed. I'm like, how can we have the lease in our hands and we're not going to sign the lease? Like, what do you mean? But then I started to see what he was saying. I was like, it is very confusing. It doesn't seem like provision. It doesn't seem like an inviting situation, you know? And so compared to that, to now, a complete 360. And I just say all of that to say that we can have all the plans for ourselves. We can have all of the dreams and the ideas and the inspirations for our situation, the situation we want. We can plan ahead for things that we think we want to happen, places we want to go, things that we want to have. But ultimately, God knows best. Ultimately, God knows. He already has it set in stone for you. And so you trying to do all of this and make all this happen and prepare super, super early, and then you get your heart hurt, or you start to feel the effects of not getting exactly what you wanted. God had it prepared for you anyway. He had exactly what he was going to have for you anyway. And I'm so thankful that God told us no to that situation, that we listened, that I listened to my husband, that I believed what he was saying, and I saw the effects of trusting God, because I didn't believe that God can give me anything better than what I thought I wanted. I didn't believe that God had anything better than what I had my heart set out for the first time around. And so if you're in a season where you think you want something super, super bad, or maybe you had something you really, really wanted and you lost it, or maybe you were preparing for something that you thought you could have, but God said, no, not right now. I have something even better. And maybe you don't know that God is saying that, but if he told you no to something else, just know and just believe he has something even better than you can even imagine. This house has blessed me in more ways than I can even imagine. I didn't even know that God could give me something so great. I didn't believe that the little things are the big things. The little things that God did for us here are the big things that made huge changes for us. And so I say that to encourage you and just to let you know and just to remind you that just hold off a little bit. Just listen and trust God and know He has your best interest at heart in everything that you do. Love you.